Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So, yesterday I did a video about Harry and Meghan and MKultra and how they're trying to influence us all, the globalists with media. And I looked at a couple of Meghan's videos on her Instagram, went through it a little bit to show manipulations in there that I saw. And today is, but yesterday I said, okay, I'll do a reading next time about this. And so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to look at Harry and Meghan and are they MK Ultra? I know we all have a lot of suspicion about Harry being MK Ultra with his ayahuasca, but also I want to look at Megalodon because Megalodon also had a kind of a change of personality right before hunting down Harry, and that she was a married woman with Trevor, and then suddenly, abruptly, she sends the rings back, and she's with the Mulroonies, right? She's with these very deep state Obama Clinton people, and they're maneuvering her with Marcus Anderson at Soho House. Now, I'm not saying that she was like taken against her will necessarily, but if she had been influenced through something, they have ways of influencing you. There's all kinds of technologies they've got out there with the brain. And I'm sure you've seen videos like James Giordano and how they have their smart dust and they can just, take control of somebody's thoughts with just blowing dust in your face. I mean, that's what he talks about in DARPA, okay? But anyways, so I was wondering, so I'm going to look at both of them. Prince Harry, of course, is the primary one. I think it would be he's the one taking the hallucinogens. And I should add, at one point, Prince William did say that he felt that Harry was too influenced by his therapists. And therapists are very suspicious. A lot of therapists are unfortunately very suspicious in that they are pushing this globalist communist agenda. You'll see if you do a search in Carolyn Borisenko, who covers the far left socialist communists, a lot of them are therapists. And the therapists are the ones pushing the gender affirming care on children. So this is what the courts use. They get a therapist come in and say, well, this young person obviously needs to transition and be have the surgeries done because for their they're suicidal or whatever, so that these therapists come in, they're basically advocacy or political advocates parading around like therapists. And Harry and Meghan is working with a lot of therapists. Apparently Harry is working with therapists, and don't forget Harry and Meghan got together with that sex guru. She wasn't technically called that, I called her that, but she's got together with Harry and they were doing that Santa Barbara thing with the teenagers there, the high school kids. They were luring them in to pay them to come in and talk about sex. And this was with a therapist, a licensed therapist, and she ended up, I can't remember her name now, but she ended up giving up her license before she lost it because she was exposed by a media outlet. I believe it was Slay News. I could be wrong on that one, but she was, pushing, these agendas on these kids, and it had to do with she was caught out for not reporting a rape that a student told her about, or sexual battery or something, and she told the student, because this teacher was extreme leftist socialist, she was telling the student, oh well, you can't report him because he's black, and that would be a racist. So these are therapists doing this, licensed therapists. And so I wouldn't doubt it that Harry, if he is MK Ultra, he could be under the care of, typically a therapist, a licensed therapist, but who could also be very much compromised in one way or another, either with CIA, deep state ties there, globalist ties. The globalists control so much, right? So let's take a look at Harry. Is he MK Ultra? And if so, how's it going to go? Is he going to be able to be deprogrammed, wake up from it, find a way out? Can somebody reach him at this point? I don't know. He seems so far gone, following Meghan around. That video of him at the Times 100, where Meghan's greeting people like as if she were a politician, and Harry's lagging behind her as if he's just an assistant or something. He's not even important at all there. It's really quite shocking how Meghan and with her aides there, James Holt and Miranda Barbaro have flipped the script and made it seem like Meghan's the big star. She's the Times 100, and Harry is just this appendage. It doesn't even matter anymore. So it's really quite shocking. So that's why they both of them are very, they're very dangerous, and that Harry's got the power and the connections, the royal family, and then Meghan is being pushed into a political career from all appearances and with the people around her. But anyways, I don't know how Harry got himself in this spot, man. Harry, I guess, wants to be first man of the United States of a female president. Well, it's looking like it's what they're headed for. It's what they're aiming towards. And with the globalists controlling everything, they can end up putting in whoever they want, it seems. But anyways, let's see. Is Prince Harry? Is he MK Ultra? And can he be? Is he gonna snap out of it, or is he gonna go down with whatever happens? Is he gonna be forever under this control? He's definitely under control of some sorts for some reason. And the ridiculousness you hear coming out of there with his mother and Meghan talking to his mother and all this other like crazy nonsense you hear the two of them talking, and Harry with his therapy, just totally crazy stuff. And the crazy things Harry says in his all the lies and the craziness in his book, the stories he comes up with, the things he says, the paranoia with his alleged paranoia with his security. But Harry obviously is not a sane person. He's not mentally sound, and yet he's hanging out with NATO and the Invictus Games and portraying himself as some kind of military hero, accepting Pat Tillman Awards and Legends of Aviation Awards. Absolutely insane, crazy stuff going on around this man who is openly admitted to taking all kinds of drugs, including hallucinogens, which is always used with MK Ultra. And of course, they also have the CIA around them with Renee DiResta, Maria Ressa, and these other people. So yeah, so the idea of him being MK Ultra is not far fetched at all, in my opinion. With the people around them and the way he's behaving and the things he's saying and doing, and even pictures you see him, he looks drugged out of his mind or altered in some way. Let's take a look. I'm going to use the regular Rider Waite today. I'm going to use the real stuff today. I'm going to use a straight Rider Waite on Harry. Let's take a look here. Is Prince Harry MK Ultra? Is he under the control of Meghan, CIA? Now, Meghan's not very smart, as people have said. Meghan is just not very intelligent, so I don't think she's obviously not the mastermind behind this, and I don't think she's the main controller, right? She's crazy herself. So that's why I kind of think they may both be under control. They both have their handlers. Yeah, a lot of evil. It's all very satanic as well. Well, let's see here. Is Prince Harry, is he under MK Ultra control? Are they getting worse or better? How's it going to go? And what would help him get out of it? Or what makes it worse, and what would make it better? What would help him get out of it? Snap out of it. Snap out of it, Harry. Snap out of it. And how does Meghan influence him under this MK Ultra if control of if he's under that? And what's going to happen in the long run? Because it's not looking good. People with MK Ultra control, they usually end up in prison or dead. You know what I mean? It doesn't end well when you're under this kind of craziness, because they're living this crazy lie. They can't tell reality from their hallucinations. And plus, with the drugs and whatnot, always all of it very a lethal combination. Something disastrous usually happens in these situations. It can be violence. It can be, it just doesn't end well. It's just like with any drugs, on any drugs, it doesn't end well, right? So let's see. And Harry's in a position where he can get all kinds of help and the best help, but he's not getting it, which is a red flag, right? So let's see. Major red flags all over the place with Harry and Meghan. So let's see. Is Harry under MK Ultra mind control? Is he under it? Is he being controlled? Let's see what the cards show. All right, general situation we have here. Ten of Pentacles reversed. Wow. So I'm getting a lot of powerful people, globalists, a lot of money, and a health card as well. Coins are health. So not looking good there. Oh, and 6 of Cups, which to me right now is looking like somebody working very closely with you to, yeah, keep you under this fantasy, keep you under this delusion or illusions that you may be under. This would be, the cups can be like drugs, poisons, and your memories as well can refer to. And of course, his memories are all screwed up, particularly with his family. They are utilizing the memory of his mother to do this. But I do see this disintegrating of, the foundations of his family, the royal family, and his ability to integrate it properly. And I do get that he's getting, if you want to call it help, he's getting influence, quiet influence from others who are, it looks like, giving him, like the ayahuasca, giving him something that has taken apart his entire life and caused it to collapse, and his whole view of the world and his family and his role and what he should be doing. So it's not looking good. Oh my goodness, 5 of coins reversed. Yeah, bad to worse here. Harry is not healthy, and he's getting worse here. I would take it. It's worse than you think. Besides being out in the cold and abandoning his duties and family, he is also not doing well physically, especially with the wife. I mean, you can see this as Harry chasing his wife to California, and both of them are a mess. They're both unhealthy, not accepting any, not, sticking with society here, not doing the right thing. Instead, there's like running off and doing this crazy nonsense here. It's very unhealthy, dangerous, destructive nonsense and plan. And of course, that is the plan, to destroy the Western world, destroy America, destroy our freedoms, our freedom of speech, our health. So, yeah, very destructive. He's not doing well, and he's not getting support really from his family in the situation. He's being undue influenced, and he's being manipulated through his memories and his childhood. What's the basis of the situation he's in? Oh, I did the world, and I often see the world as a global, in this case, as a globalist card. I get that he's a spectacle. He knows he's a spectacle and everyone's watching him. He's on the world stage with Megalodon. And that is very important to him, that he be seen as this powerful world figure, leader type of person. I mean, Harry and Meghan, that's all they do is promote themselves in the world press. And that is like how he feels he needs to be. And I do get the idea here as well with this card is like, Harry's in a bubble there with these people around him that have him in a tight circle, that he's kept floating in this bubble while these people around him are keeping an eye on him and guiding him around and keeping him held captive. Like he's gone from being in a cage of the royal family to now being in a cage in Montecito. He thinks he's free, but he's less free than ever. And he is being fed poisons and being, losing all of his inheritance and everything he gets. Is being taken away from him by the wifey here and others. He's being siphoned off. So how did things been going so far in the past up till now? Page of Swords. Yeah, so up till now, he's been, of course, very young, immature, shall we say. He's not young. They keep trying to portray him as young, him and Meghan, but we all know they're both old. And I saw some interesting video with Our Recollections Vary, where she was looking at Samantha Markle's, I think it was IMDb page, where Samantha Markle said she got married in 1980, which would have made Samantha Markle 16 years old when she married the first time, which really doesn't make much sense to me that anyone would get married at that age, unless it's a gunshot wedding, right? Which is possible, but 16. Anyways, it didn't make any sense that, the whole story. So basically, she concluded that Meghan was probably really born in like 1977 or around there, which would make Meghan 48 years old now. That's just an aside. It's like more proof from Samantha Markle's own biographies that show not that things aren't adding up as far as their story and the dates and all that. But I don't want to rehash that all right now though, because I know we've gone through that. This community has like hashed and rehashed that. We all know Meghan wasn't really born in 1981. But anyways, I digress. So a lot of lies here, a lot of fighting, a lot of immaturity, a lot of take that, a lot of just new ideas. And this is a thinking card. It's a mind card. It's one of Harry's mind being programmed, being told, this is how you think that we got to fight against racism, we got to fight against this oppression, and he, as a result, he's like lost everything. And all he has is his ayahuasca and Meghan and Nacho, basically. But he still wants, and he's in this cage here. He's still locked in, being kept as, being put out on a stage with a microphone when necessary, but otherwise just being very controlled, for sure. He's living in and he's used to it. I mean, he grew up being constantly monitored, controlled, told where to go, what to do, what to say, right? So what's he expecting, or what are his expectations for how things are going to go? Oh, look at that. Very high expectations here. Wow. So he really does not realize the mess he is in and the mess that he is. And it's, yeah, I also see this kind of like an MK mind control card, the halo around his head is just sort of glowing, like his thinking, his mind. And of course, this is a health card. And this is what Harry expects. Okay, this isn't reality. This is what he expects. He expects to be seen as this major figure in mental health, as he's helping all these people, just like his mother would want. And of course, this is an angel, so you can see it as his mother's influence. He thinks he's connected with his mother. He thinks what he's doing is just great and fantastic. And you see the crown way back there behind him. So there's his family behind him. And he's over here now, and he's pushing the ayahuasca and the drug use on American youth, say how great it is and you should try it. It helped him clean his window. What did he say again? Clean off his windshield wipers or something. And something to that effect, some nonsense. But he just thinks he's going to be seen as this amazing leader in helping people with their mental health, and that he's doing his mother's work. And of course, don't forget that he's doing the HIV stuff. And coincidentally, it's been coming out more and more that a lot of people who took the snake bite are getting HIV. I digress, but yeah. So Harry is right there, and he wants to be very prominent with that, and he also wants to be seen like he's his mother. Like, oh yeah, I'm just like my mother, So he wants to be his mother 2.0 in his own mind, and he thinks for that reason, him and Meghan are on a mission here. So that's his. It seems to be his MKultra ideas, or how he's been manipulated with MKultra. I mean, they just took the ideas he already had, right? He already had this notion of his mother talking to him and looking over him, and and it combined with the drugs, it's easy. It was easy, I think, for the handlers to just say, "Look, Meghan heard from your mom," and he would believe it, right? Because everything goes straight to your subconscious, and you believe it, and you go on believing it because you don't know what's real and what's not. So, anyways, what makes him worse? What makes his situation worse here? Oh, King of Swords reverse. Well, the first thing I think of is Obama and the criminal gang that he's surrounded by, the CIA and all of that. Of course, they are going to retain control of him no matter what. And we all know what happens if you go out of control. What happened to Obama's chef will happen to you. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta say, very dangerous here. Very dangerous criminal organization, the Clinton Obama cabal there. So yeah, so he is, it's very dangerous, and they're gonna keep him going, and they're very This is no game. They're very intent on this, and anyone gets in their way is gonna be taken care of. So, what would help Harry get off or be, woken up out of this MK Ultra nightmare that he's in? Brainwashing, and I get the Eight of Cups reversed. So, of course, the first thing I think of is if he went back home, right? If he went back to where he started before he met this nightmare called Meghan Markle. Yeah, he'd have to go back home. He'd have to go back to his family and get the help he needs there. And I think that would be the beginning. And that's, of course, part of the reason why Megalodon took him out of the UK to California for easier control and for surreal surroundings that he's not familiar with. Much easier to control someone when they're in a strange place that they don't know and they don't know how to get around, and et cetera, et cetera. It takes a while. But yeah, so he could get back, but he would have to make the effort, and he would have to go back to his old way of life, to the people around him that really do care about him, not these criminals he's with right now. So how's Megalodon influencing him? What's Meghan's influence on Harry's MK Ultra? Oh, look at that. 9 of Wands reversed. So I was expecting that she was going to be this main influence of controlling him, but instead, I'm kidding. She's as messed up as he is with bandaged head here. She's just as mentally ill and control as he is. So I'm already getting the vibe that she's with him in this delusions and of this influence that both of them, I'm starting to get the feeling here, she doesn't control him. They're both controlled, but by something else. She's as much, if not more, of a mess than he is. And as you can see, in her videos and whatnot coming out now, she does not look healthy. She hasn't looked healthy in a long time. Ever since she peed herself on stage in where was that? Colombia. She has not looked good, and it's getting worse. She's wearing the baggy clothes because I think she's got so anorexic. But she's as much of a mess as he is. She's lost it. She's losing it more than he is, She's going down faster than Harry, but Harry's also a mess. But Harry's delusional enough to think he's still gonna achieve whatever crazy goals that they have set out for him. And he feels protected. Like he always feels like nothing could touch him because, he's grown up in this isolated environment. You can see this as someone in an isolated, Harry's just never lived on his own, and he's still surrounded, but this time by criminals. So anyways, how are things going to go in the near future with this? Eight of Wands. So things moving fast, tons of puff pieces coming out. Boom, boom, boom. Go, go, go. Lawsuit after lawsuit. They keep things moving very quickly. The criminals around him, the Obama Clinton cabal, they keep him busy. They keep him going. They keep pushing him for the next thing, because they're controlling his narrative and Meghan, I believe. And it's just going to be go, 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 do this, then do that, do this, then do that, right? You notice how they pounce from one thing after another in quick succession. Like Megalodon this year, first he's got the, Instagram, and then it's the, as ever, and then it's the, fires of California, and then it's back to the as ever, and then it's sending things out, and then it's, her times 100, and then it's something else. Like she's always, it's one thing after another with both of them that they're keeping him so busy as he can't stop and think. His handlers are not going to let him just sit around thinking about life, right? If you've got somebody under MK Ultra mind control, I assume, I don't know firsthand about this, but I think part of the way to keep them under the control of the cabal is to just keep them busy, do this, not do that, right? One thing after another, go here, go there. Here's your ayahuasca. And in the long term, oh my. Didn't I just say this is not going to end well? It never ends well. And this is not going to end well for Harry. And he's going to be a victim of his own circumstances here. And he's going to go down infamously. He's going to go down. He may be going down because of them down here, the cabal he's with. But I think they're just going to run him ragged, run him till they can't use him anymore, until he breaks or collapses. And then he's just something's going to happen. Whether they make it look like an accident, like the Obama's chef ended up in a lake or something, I don't know. I don't know exactly, but it's not going to end well. It's going to end abruptly, quickly, suddenly. It will be one of those suspicious deaths that people will be like, what really happened, you know? And of course, because of course who he is, it will be a huge true crime story, I would expect, if that it looks like that happens. But I'm getting that, yeah. And it's going to be a spectacle on the world stage. He's going to be held up as, an example for what he's done. It's been so scandalous. This is a story that's going to, be told like, Patty Hearst or, Charles Manson or any of these other stories that just never go away because it's like, what really happened there, That's going to be with Harry and Meghan. So I take this as Harry was taken charge of to be on the world stage to give Meghan a platform on the world stage because, of course, nobody knew who Megalodon was. She was never famous beforehand. So Harry was brought in to give the world stage with the globalists, to put out this new nasty messaging of their new world order, all their BLM nonsense and their woke DEI communist propaganda and pushing the lies about the royal family and racism and all this other nonsense, climate change with his travelist and everything else, all the globalist agendas, all lies that Harry is pushing. So Harry was selected because he's automatically world famous. He would make Megalodon world famous. And then going forward, of course, Harry, in his mind, he is being this Princess Diana 2.0 heavenly angel coming in and healing everyone one puff piece at a time, right? One activity at a time, one, overblown PR event at a time. So he feels like he's running around saving the world just like his mama. But in reality, he's there to spread a noxious, deceitful, divisive messaging around the world. And it all stems from Harry trusting this group, obviously under undue influence. But he's put his full trust into Megalodon and the Clinton cabal with his life. And that's how he's been losing how he gave up everything, right? And that's, part of the PR narrative in the beginning. They lied and said Meghan gave up so much to marry Harry. That's the reason, I believe, why they pushed that narrative in the beginning so heavily. Because in reality, we all know it was Harry who gave up everything to, give himself over to what I would say, the Obama Clinton cabal with Meghan. So, yeah, because of his situation, his unhealthy mental situation and being under control and being lured away. I mean, this is just basically being lured away with the MKultra and Megalodon, Meghan putting a leash around him in the beginning, saying, okay, we're leaving now. And they're both, mentally ill and controlled. And I don't think Meghan's obviously not the mastermind controlling everything behind the scenes, but she's there to lure him away, and they're both messed up and they both did it. But they're both under the control again by the Obama Clinton cabal here, people really in charge, NATO and all that, in my opinion. And Meghan's as much of a mess, if not as bigger a mess than Harry. And, this small hope of him getting any better, the only, he would have to start with going back and making amends and facing up to what he's done and analyzing that and accepting fault and making amends. But from what I'm seeing here, that's not going to happen. And as a result, it's not going to end well. Harry's a little boy over here, and he's been taken over by the men. The king over here dominating the naive Prince Harry, who bought into and succumbed to this poisoning, this MKultra. So, I mean, starting out, Harry had it all. He was one of the most popular royals. Everyone happy-go-lucky Harry was his reputation. He was very popular. well liked, and now he is the most hated. And now William and Charles look so much better. Funny how that worked out, huh? But, things are going to continue going well for a while. It's going to keep going and going and going until they burn out, until they collapse. So that's why they seem so unstoppable and they never stopping. And they aren't going to stop. They're going to keep going and going and going and going and going because that's their mission that they're on. It's going to be nonstop. So again, on the top of the reading, it's going to be this nonstop Harry and Meghan, the healers, the finding their joy, they're doing these fake charity events and whatnot, and pushing globalist agendas. But it's going to seem like, oh, they're just doing it to help the children. They just want to censor you all to help the children, that type of thing. So they're always going to be in the public portraying themselves and pushing themselves out as these angels, but then suddenly it's going to be boom, and they're out. They're going to just collapse. And in Harry's case, I don't think he sees it coming. I think that he is convinced that he's on a mission from God or his mother. Same difference to him, I think. And he sees no stopping, that he thinks he's winning, winning, winning until he's out. So I think that it's not, this, very little, if anything, to do for him. So I'm just gonna sit back with the popcorn and watch the show. And I don't think Meghan's gonna make it either. I have to look at her separately, but it's not looking good for her either. Yeah, that's what I see. So yes, I'm gonna go with yes. He is definitely MKultra. He's sick in the head. I'm getting all the mental illness cards. I'm getting all the him and Meghan together. I'm getting all the criminality behind it, and you know how these type of things normally end. So there you have it. So I hope you enjoyed this. If so, please like and subscribe. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye bye.